Thank God you're all right.
Well done, hero.
I happen to think Sergeant Major Zero behaved like a real man today.
You were automatically returned to Earth, and I to Mars.
Here's the question that's haunted fans for decades. How did the fight against Zelda actually end? Picture it. Mid-1980s. You've just gotten home from school, thrown your backpack in the corner, and planted yourself in front of the television. The futuristic world of 2020 seemed impossibly far away, and those incredible Super Marionation-style puppets were about to take you on another wild ride, defending Earth from alien invaders. Terrahawks was appointment television, the kind of show that made you forget about homework entirely. But what most fans don't realize is that the story never truly concluded. The ending we got? It wasn't an ending at all. And what the creators had planned for the fourth series would have changed everything. Let's unlock the Vintage Vault.
It looks like our first 1030. Exactly.
The story. Part 1. The World and Heroes. The world that awaited us. The year was 2020. For kids watching in the early 1980s, that date felt like pure science fiction. A distant future filled with incredible technology and unimaginable threats. Terrahawks gave us that future, and it was glorious. Earth faced an ongoing invasion from extraterrestrial androids, and humanity's only hope was an elite defense force operating from a secret base. This wasn't just another space adventure. This was our planet on the line, every single episode. The series first brought this vision to screens starting in 1983, courtesy of the legendary Gerry Anderson, the mastermind behind Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet. Anderson had revolutionized television with his Super Marionation technique, and Terrahawks represented his continued evolution of puppet-based science fiction. The result was a universe that felt both familiar and thrillingly new. What made this world special? The technology was aspirational without being ridiculous. The threats were genuinely menacing. And the heroes? They felt like people we could actually become.
Denton, ready for Sky, Hawkeye?
Aye, aye.
Then let's fly.
The hero we all wanted to be. Dr. Tiger Ninestein commanded the Terrahawks with a combination of tactical brilliance and unwavering courage that made him impossible to forget. His very name carried weight, and a secret that elevated him beyond ordinary heroes. Here's where it gets fascinating. Ninestein possessed a unique ability that gave him, quite literally, 9 lives. If Tiger met a tragic end in battle, another clone could replace him within 24 hours. Think about what that meant for a commander willing to take the most dangerous missions himself. He could sacrifice everything and still return to fight another day. That clone replacement system wasn't just a gimmick, it was storytelling genius. It meant dramatic jeopardy could exist without permanently losing the hero fans loved. Tiger could face genuine mortal danger in ways other television protagonists simply couldn't. But the series ended before that ability ever played out in a definitive finale. The potential for a climactic sacrifice, followed by resurrection, remained untapped. Just imagine what the writers could have done with that setup.
If ever he disobeyed an order again, I'd have him taken apart.
The team that had his back. Tiger didn't defend Earth alone. The Terrahawks operated as a tight-knit unit, each member bringing essential skills to humanity's defense. This was a team you wanted to join, a squad that felt like family, even through your television screen. The Zeroids deserve special mention, those spherical robot allies that became instant fan favorites. In the distinctive US broadcast version, viewers got treated to unique end credits featuring a Zeroid and Cube playing together, culminating in the Zeroid hilariously crashing onto the Cube. It was charming, it was memorable, and it gave American audiences something slightly different from other markets. These weren't just background characters. The Zeroids represented the lighter side of Terrahawks, providing comic relief without undermining the genuine stakes of each episode. They proved that a show about alien invasion could still make you smile.
Aboard, Captain.
Thank you, Sergeant Major. Stand by for liftoff.
The woman who made hearts race. Every great 1980s action series had that one female character who captured young imaginations, and Terrahawks delivered with Kate Kestrel. Kate wasn't just along for the ride. She was integral to the team's operations, skilled and capable in ways that made her stand out. Her voice accompanied those distinctive US end credits, her songs becoming part of the show's identity for American viewers. What the creators had planned for Kate makes her story even more intriguing. Those unproduced fourth series scripts, including episodes titled 101 Seed and Attempted Moadir, would have further developed her character in ways we never got to see. The potential was there. The cancellation robbed us of it. Kate represented something important for young viewers. A woman who belonged in the fight, who contributed meaningfully to Earth's defense. She wasn't a damsel. She was a Terrahawk.
Where's it going to impact?
Out in the desert. Nothing and nobody for miles and miles.
The villain we loved to hate. And then there was Zelda. If you're going to threaten Earth, you'd better be memorable. Zelda and her family of extraterrestrial androids delivered menace in ways that still resonate decades later. She wasn't just evil. She was committed to conquering our planet, with an intensity that made every confrontation feel consequential. The android nature of Zelda's forces added an extra layer of unsettling threat. These weren't merely aliens with different values. They were artificial beings, relentless and calculating, pursuing humanity's subjugation with machine-like determination. Characters like SRAM added texture to the villain roster. Aliens with toxic blood who represented genuine danger to our heroes. This wasn't a show that pulled punches on the threat level. The dramatic jeopardy felt real because the enemies felt genuinely dangerous. But here's what burns. Zelda was never defeated. Not truly. And we'll get to exactly how that unresolved conflict left fans hanging. The answer isn't pretty.
It wasn't my idea. Be quiet, you sniveling wretch.
The Story, Part 2, The Journey and Ending. The episodes that defined everything. Terrahawks understood what made episodic television addictive. Variety within consistency. Each week brought a new scheme from Zelda's forces, a new challenge for Tiger and his team to overcome, while maintaining the ongoing war that gave everything stakes. The format was like the A-Team meets Star Trek, self-contained adventures within a larger conflict that never truly resolved. You could miss an episode and still understand the next one, but loyal viewers got rewarded with continuity that made the world feel alive. Those Kate Kestrel songs became unexpected highlights. Hearing her voice during the credits created a distinctive atmosphere that American audiences particularly remember. It was one of those touches that elevated the show beyond simple puppet action into something with genuine personality. The Zeroid humor balanced the more intense invasion storylines perfectly. This was a show confident enough to be serious when it mattered and playful when it could afford to be. That balance is harder to achieve than it looks.
Sensors indicate 7.3 centimeters clearance.
The stakes that kept rising. Across 3 series, the conflict between Terrahawks and Zelda's forces escalated in ways that kept viewers engaged. This wasn't a show content to repeat the same formula endlessly. The threat evolved, the challenges grew, and the defensive mission became increasingly desperate. Earth's fate hung in the balance, episode after episode. The ongoing nature of the invasion meant victory was never permanent. Zelda's forces would regroup, new schemes would emerge, and Tiger's team would need to respond again. It created a sustainable tension that could have continued indefinitely. The 3rd series pushed everything further, setting up story possibilities that the creators clearly intended to explore. The groundwork was being laid for something bigger. Character developments, plot threads, narrative evolution that would have taken Terrahawks into exciting new territory. That's what makes the cancellation sting so much. The show wasn't winding down. It was gearing up.
Kate's about to sing. Are you in position, Zero?
The international variations. Here's something fascinating that most American viewers never knew. Terrahawks looked different around the world. Japanese broadcasts featured completely distinct anime-style opening and closing sequences with original songs. Imagine the same puppet adventures you loved, bookended by Japanese animation and music you'd never heard. Same episodes, different packaging, entirely different aesthetic experience. These weren't just translation changes. The Japanese versions represented a complete reimagining of how the show was presented to audiences. A localization effort that acknowledged different cultural expectations while preserving the core storytelling. American viewers got their own unique touches too, particularly those distinctive end credits with the Zeroid and Cube's playful interaction. It gave US broadcasts their own flavor, their own identity. We shared the show with the world, but experienced it our own way. The episodes themselves remained consistent across markets. No narrative changes, no censored storylines, just different frames around the same picture. The story was universal. Only the presentation varied.
You won't need those pop guns. Put them down.
How it actually ended, or didn't. Here's the truth nobody wanted to accept. Terrahawks didn't end. It stopped. The final episode of the third series wasn't designed as a conclusion. There was no climactic battle against Zelda, no ultimate victory for Tiger and his team, no resolution to the conflict that had driven 39 episodes of television. The show simply ceased. For American viewers, the last thing they saw was that distinctive US end credit sequence, the Zeroid playing with the cube, Kate Kestrel's song playing, the Zeroid eventually crashing in that memorable way. Then nothing. No next season announcement. No farewell. Just silence. Tiger Ninestein remained at his post, Earth's defense still his sacred duty. Zelda and her android family remained a threat, poised for invasions that would never come. The premise of constant alien danger persisted, frozen in amber, waiting for a fourth series that would never arrive. The fate of every character we loved was left perpetually unresolved. No final heroic sacrifice from Tiger, no defeat of the android menace, no closure whatsoever. Those planned fourth series scripts haunt longtime fans like ghost stories. 101 Seed and attempted MOI Deer existed. Written, planned, ready for production. They would have developed Kate Kestrel's character in new directions, expanded the mythology, continued the conflict we'd followed for 3 series. The titles alone suggest intriguing storylines that we'll never experience. The creators had a vision for where Terrahawks was heading. This wasn't a show running out of ideas or creative steam. Scripts were drafted, plans were made, the future was mapped. Then the cancellation came, and all of it evaporated. It's like reaching the penultimate chapter of a great novel, only to discover the final pages have been torn out. The story was building towards something. We just never got to see what.
Another meteorite. Why would Zelda send a second meteorite?
Why the mission ended. The series concluded after its third run, effectively canceled rather than concluded. The point isn't why it ended. The point is what we lost when it did.
My name is Zelda. Drop the gun.
The legacy that endures. Terrahawks left an indelible mark on a generation of viewers who grew up defending Earth alongside Tiger Ninestein every week. That feeling of rushing home to catch the latest episode, of imagining yourself as part of the team, of genuinely worrying whether humanity would survive Zelda's latest scheme, that doesn't fade. Gerry Anderson's legacy in science fiction television is unassailable, and Terrahawks represents an important chapter in that legacy. It proved that puppet-based adventure could evolve, that the supermarionation concept still had stories worth telling, that audiences would embrace this format even as live-action competitors crowded the landscape. The show exists now as a time capsule, a glimpse into what 1980s creators imagined 2020 might look like. We've now lived through that actual year, and while reality looked nothing like Terrahawks predicted, there's something beautiful about that disconnect. Their 2020 was aspirational. It gave us heroes worth believing in and threats worth fighting against. From that first episode to that abrupt, unintended final credit sequence, Terrahawks took us on a journey that deserved a proper ending, but never received one. Tiger Ninestein remained ready to defend Earth, Zelda remained ready to conquer it, and we remained waiting for a resolution that would never come. For those of us who spent our childhoods worrying about extraterrestrial android invasions and dreaming of joining that elite defense force, Terrahawks wasn't just entertainment, it was formative. It shaped how we imagined heroism, how we understood sacrifice, how we believed good people working together could protect everything that mattered. The show ended before its time, leaving stories untold and characters frozen mid-arc. But what we did get, that stays with us forever. So here's the question for the Vintage Vault. Which Terrahawk team member did you always imagine yourself as? Were you Tiger, ready to sacrifice everything? Kate, singing between battles? Or maybe one of those Zeroids, bringing humor to the darkest moments? Until next time, the defense of Earth continues. At least in our memories. Stay vigilant, Terrahawks.